Now, I told you. Y'all don't like, you just don't like the warnings, do you? Didn't the word say warning come before destruction? I told you, quit evil eyeing me, trying to send me stuff that ain't affected me, trying to make me nauseous and stuff. Y'all will try to do anything just to try to get a reaction or for me to trip just a little bit. You must don't care about the exposures then, I guess. So, we're gonna do. If you keep on, every time you do it and I feel it, I'm gonna expose you. 111 on my timer. Because I'm sure you wouldn't want people to know that, how do I say it? How do I say it? I guess like it is. So, how do I say that? So I don't know what secret you was trying to hide. Oh, there we go. Deep beep. Mm. But how do I say that? Just like that. There's a group of y'all too. All right, forget it. I'll just blurt it. Um, I don't know how to say it. Just say it like. Okay, so somebody been sleeping with drag queens in hotel rooms for some rims to put on their car. Mm-hmm. 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 They meet up in different cities, get paid for play, just so they can ride around on some gold D's all day. 333 in the time. It ain't nothing against drag queens or nothing. That's not what I'm saying. 345 in the timer, right? But when you lie on people for no reason to try to hide yourself, try to toss all your sins on somebody else, well, them skeletons gotta come out. Clank, clank, clank. That's the sound of the skeletons, in case you're wondering. Yeah. Yeah. And then you basically end up doing it for nothing because you don't even got the rims. At least not anymore. And I know my brother's a part of that fold. Cause he used to do like I had a, I y'all my people, y'all know 456. It was in my past, I used to be a little sugar baby back in the day. Long gone from them days, of course. But Yeah, yeah. Around this time, my brother, name is Tim. Yeah, he basically did the same thing, right? How do I say that? Well, no, basically did the same thing, right? Did something strange for a little piece of change, or a car, I should say. But it was behind my back, or otherwise it wouldn't have happened, right? I wasn't supposed to know about it, but I knew about it then. I just never said anything. Just let them think that I didn't know, right? And actually, this is the first time I said something about it because y'all consistently keep trying to hop in my energy. You're still running your mouths, even though you're sick now. Can't stop coughing. Stomach all just toe up. Sweating profusely all the time. It's like everything's breaking down. I mean, when you do spell work every single day, all day, confirmation 654 on my timer. When you do spell work every single day, all day, whew, you got to know that that backfire, that backlash, and y'all did it for a long time, long time, long time. Just imagine that, beloved. People doing spell work every single day, all day, trying to take you out, and it all backfires. Everybody that has something to do with it gets exposed. It's like a light. Light, your light is shined. No matter where you are, your light is shined upon them like a spotlight. They try to scurry and run around and try to hide, but they can't because the spotlight, the light is so big, it's so wide, it's so vast, you can't escape it. You're like the sun, beloved. Truly, you're like the sun. People can't hide from your light. They can't. Hold on. You'll see me. There we go. People can't hide from your light, beloved. They just can't. Right? And I don't know why people do everything at nighttime as if they act like if it's nighttime, ain't nobody gonna know. No, nobody can say, well, somebody's always watching. Heaven's always watching. First of all, right? But you're never unseen. Never. Even if it wasn't heaven watching, there's always somebody watching. Why do you think police and detectives go and canvass the neighborhood when like a murder or something happens? Because somebody saw something. Somebody was coming home at 5:30 from work, pulling in their driveway, or somebody was outside watering their grass, or some old lady was uh opening her blinds to clean her windows and she saw this and this and that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody is always watching. And you got to know what you put out is going to come back. So if you got people gang stalking people and following people around and you're paying people to do this and that, you better believe that the same thing is being done to you. Why? Because that's what you put out. You wanted to surveillance, to try to control while you're being surveillanced and you're not in control. Keep telling y'all God is in control of this thing. I don't know why y'all don't believe it. 10-10 on the timer. God is in the driver's seat. He says up or down, left or right. Nobody else. Hope you got to show off your rims a little bit while you had them, you know, because you basically had to trade your what's the word I'm looking for? Dignity for it. Trade your life force, it- like just can you imagine just offer some rims for some shiny rims? They probably wasn't even shiny. Probably didn't even match the car. Really? For some rims? You know, what's the saying? People who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Meaning, your house can be broken down as well. So to come after the other people as if you don't have things that are secret held within you, like that doesn't make sense. Why would you cause all type of chaos and actually lie on people, try to push your sins off on people, knowing all of the stuff that you have swept under the rug or piled up in the closet, and you think that that's not gonna get thrown out? I'm asking. I didn't hear nobody. I was asking. Like even criminals, right? Or at least when I was growing up, right? Gang members, right? Criminal, thieves, whatever you were that had to do with the streets, right? Before you got into that, and you can ask anybody who's old school, okay, who's my age and older, 35, just in case you want, 36. I'm 36. But you can ask anybody my age or older that's been in the game or in the streets at one time or another in their life. And they will tell you that before they started to do what they was doing, selling drugs or gang banging or whatever, they took inventory of the consequences that could happen. And most likely that would happen because eventually it does happen. Prison or the grave, right? But they took thought of these things, right? And they knew that they were taking risks, right? 14-14 on timer. And they settled within themselves and said, if I do this and I do go to prison or I do end up dead, right? I know what comes with the territory. So if it comes, then I'll deal with it. And that'll be my consequence. And I'll just take it like a man, take it on the chin. And that's what people used to do for 14-44 on timer, right? They knew what they were getting into and they knew what could happen, right? And even in the midst of those things happening, they didn't complain. They weren't scared. I'm sure a little fear arose, but they knew that that was a consequence and that that could happen. Could get shot by the police, could get shot by other people, could get robbed, home invasion, anything like that, right? Because of what they're putting out there: chaos, destruction, uh, mayhem, some in some instances, murder. Um, what else? The kidnapping, arson, burglary. Yeah, you can go down the list. There's a saying that I used to hear growing up, right? And I used to hear it from old folks. Most of the time they'd be joking or whatever, but it'd be like if you was going, for example, if you gonna be a hoe, you better be the best hoe there is, right? I'm using that for example, right? But that's what old folks used to say, right? Whatever you gonna do or gonna be, you better be the best at it, right? Y'all seen that show, World's Dumbest Criminals, right? This is that. This is that. This is that, right? You know how a kid grows up in the suburbs, right? Trying to give y'all different examples so you can get a visual. You know, a kid grows up in the suburbs, right? And they watch and see and hear about stuff that goes on in the hood, right? In the urban areas, quote unquote, right? And to them, they want to be like, I was gonna say us, but I'm not there anymore. But for them, they want to be like the people in the hood, in the urban area, in the ghetto, right? They think it's cool. It's fascinating to them. It's adrenaline rushing, right? Until they get there. Until they get there. Y'all see Malibu's Most Wanted, right? B Rad. Well, he was just kind of a fool, but he was even he had even more, more in him than other people like him, right? They couldn't even scare him out of the hood because he was just a fool. But these people, they wanted to be something that they were not. And they spent their whole lives up until now being something that they're not, right? Yeah, just do stupid things, you win stupid prizes, man. And that's a promise. That's always a promise. You do stupid things, you win stupid prizes. Just just dumb prizes like. But yeah, how much stuff y'all got hiding? How much secret y'all got? Good God! Like I thought this would have been out the bad by now, but it just keeps rolling and rolling and rolling. Like when does it end? When does it end? When? Like y'all must have been doing all like since your teenage years or something. Like when did y'all find time to do all of this stuff? Where'd you get the energy to do all of this stuff? Oh no. Oh no. But hey, if you want me to keep talking, keep doing what you're doing. Just saying. You keep watching me, wondering if I know certain things and if I'm gonna speak on them, and you're watching me nervously with anxiety. I know you are, because I can feel it when you watch me. Watch my videos constantly, just scroll, scroll, scroll. Steady trying to irk and provoke me, but I won't be provoked. No, I got control over me, not nobody else, not nobody else. So, since you know nothing affects me, then wouldn't it be just smarter to just cut your losses? I'm being serious. Wouldn't it be just smarter to cut your losses? Throw your hands up, just move along, right? That's the sensible thing to do. Less painful thing to do. I mean, why mess with somebody who cannot be messed with and shouldn't be messed with? Don't you want your situation to turn around one day? Right? Sooner than later? I'm being serious. You hear it? Like, practice thinking, practice thinking about the future, like what's going to come down the line. I'm pretty sure if you actually sat down and did that, you probably wouldn't want to keep doing the things that you're doing, because you would be able to see down the line and see where you will end up. Well, maybe y'all don't have foresight because all of this stuff you've been doing, but I possess it, and I can tell you what's down the road. It ain't pretty, and you dang sure ain't gonna like it. And I said the only thing that I ever be afraid of is regret. Right? Regret. Not doing something when I could have, and not knowing what could have happened. What good could have came out of it? What I could have excelled at? What I could have done that nobody else in the history of the world has done? Like if I make good decisions now and plant good seeds now and work hard and truthfully, respectfully, with courage and strength, little bravado, morals, values, man, you could grow a tree, a good tree, with some banging, juicy fruit from that tree. And the same things that you envy other people for, you can have yourself if your heart was in the right place, if your intentions are in the right place. It's all about your heart space and your intentions. That's why I'll get in trouble. It's not all the time so much of what you're doing, it's how you're doing it and why. How you're doing it and why. What is your intentions behind what you're doing and why? Are you trying to harm people? Are you trying to help people? Are you angry at the world because you feel like it owes you something, which it doesn't? It's misguided hate, misguided anger, misguided envy, jealousy, and all this and that. When you can have the same things that other people have, but you refuse to do the same kind of work for it, to put the same kind of hard work and ambition into it, which I don't understand because you can work. You guys got cover jobs like a 9 to 5, the mask job that you work during the day. Well, those of you who have your jobs left, but you can wear a mask and act the par, right? See, I don't get that, right? You can wear a mask and you can act all together, like you have your wits about yourself, right? Like you got it together. But really behind closed doors, it's psychotic. It's uh psychopathic, and it's nonstop. It's like a car that has a stuck pedal smashed to the floor. You just keep going and going and going like the Energizer Bunny. Going and going, just going. That's why I say y'all can't won't be able to plead no insanity in court because if you can play the role of being all put together and being a nice person and being a caring and loving person, if you can play that role, then that means you know better. That means you have the ability to do better, but you choose not to. If you can play better, but you don't do better, that means you are making the choice to make the decisions that you're making. You're making the choice to be naive. Actually, yeah, when you know you're being naive in moments, but you act like, oh, if I act like I don't know, or if I act like I'm not aware, then I'm not liable for the fallout. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, because there are other things that you do within your life that give clues that you knew better, like I just described. The fact that you can act the part and wear a mask, but really, you're twice the child of hell. Twice. The Bible said that. Twice the child of hell. Like, that's bad. That's bad. 2820 on timer. And you allow entities, you invite them into your vessel, your temple. You invite them, literally. I've seen y'all. You invited them to live inside of your home, which is your body, your vessel, your temple. And you do that, and you're in the back seat now. Matter of fact, when those demons come up, because that's what they do. They take turns. One rises to the top. When it's the other one's turn, one goes down and the other one rises up. And one of the worst ones of those is Jezebel. That's a mean, nasty, vulgar spirit. Like one of the worst. And you invite them to live in you and to take over you. That's why a lot of the time with narcissists, right? They check out, right? Like there'll be times where they act like they don't remember what they did. They really don't. In those times they really don't. Why? Because they weren't there consciously. Mm-mm. That demon made them take the back seat. and it took over. Then when they come to again, people looking at them crazy. They don't know. They don't know why. Right? It's not all the time like that, but a lot of the time it is. It is. I've seen it. I've seen it up front and close, up front and personal. I've seen the eyes turn black. That's something else, right? There will be no white in the eyes, beloved. The whole eye turns black. And you like, what? I'm telling you, it's a sight to see. It's a sight to see in person. Whole eyes just turn black. And that demon takes over. I don't know how that's I don't know how that's comfortable to y'all. Like just having something else take over your vessel. And then on top of that, you mixing and mingling with every single person you come into contact with. I could just imagine the karma that you have racked up, plus your own. Taking on other people's energy, their karma, and your own. Ah, that's bad. That's bad. But hey, we all got free will. You know, nobody's going to force you into submission. Absolutely not. God wouldn't. So why would we? Right? God gives you free will that you make your own decisions. Right? 3201 timer. So you have nobody else to blame when stuff does hit the fan because you have your own free will. That's a gift. That is a gift. But really, you're not using it because you're allowing others to tell you what to do, make decisions for you. And I see you do that so that you can try to feel like you weren't you're not responsible for the fallout or you're not responsible for what somebody's telling you to do, but you are responsible for it because you are your own person. No matter if somebody tells you to do something or not, you're still your own person. You're still responsible for the decisions that you make or you allow others to make for you and the actions that you take. You are absolutely responsible for that. Absolutely. What you put your hands to, what you spend your time doing, you're responsible for that. And it's the saying is true. Like an idle mind is the devil's playground. When you don't have structure, when you don't have order in your life, when you don't have a goal to shoot for, not a toxic goal, real goals that take you upward and onward, not down and back, like a backwards L or a J, whichever you like. I don't know, whatever. But point is, yeah, I get the point. Shoot. 34 minutes of the point. I can't I can't sleep. uh all right, beloved. Let me get off here. I talk your ear off all night. I just had to blast it right quick because they kept trying to hop in my energy and I felt it. It's trying to make me nauseous and stuff. And I'm like, these fools again, bro. These fools again. Stop it. Stop it. All right. I'll holla. For $1. 3456 on the time.